let's go to task B. Anyone can begin.
Let's begin our discussion by saying that I think that a good taxi driver must be a man who is responsible. This is because a responsible taxi driver will ensure the best for the passengers during the rides. Like for example, a responsible taxi driver will only pick up only one passenger or a group of passengers at one time, and if along the ride they get another demands, they will reject it. And besides that, responsible taxi driver is important because if the customer forget or drops some of their valuables, the taxi driver must be returned to them and not take it for themselves. Besides that, a taxi driver who is responsible can ensure himself is in good and sober condition when driving. Like for example, they will know that they should choose not to drive if they are sick, or they know that if they are going to pick up the driver, pick up the passenger, they will avoid from taking alcohol drinks. What's your opinion?
I see your point, candidate B, but I think that a passenger will feel more welcome if the taxi driver is courteous. Let me give an example. In Japan, the taxi driver, they will open the taxi door for you and even close it for you when you get into their taxi. They will give you a wide smile, a broad smile, and no matter what mood they are in, even they are angry, they will smile for you, which portrays a polite and good image to their country, and you will feel relaxed when getting into their car. So this is a good chance for them to promote their country, especially for tourists, and they will recommend taxi as a transportation to other tourists. Besides that, a courteous taxi driver will be tipped by the customers, which is a great advantage for them to improve their income. However, it will tarnish the reputation of the country if the taxi driver is not courteous. They will not smile, and they are not polite, and they will not greet their customers. This will make the customer feel dishonored, and they rather not to take the taxi and take other public transport such as bus, express bus, train, or their new rival, which is Grab car. So what are your opinions, candidate?
I partially agree with candidate B and candidate C, which is someone who is courteous and someone who is responsible. I still stand my point that someone who has a good sense of direction is what we expect the most from a good taxi driver. I agree with candidate B that the driver who is responsible can, which is, for example, help to carry bags, and on the way they'll pick up other passengers. And for candidate A, which is can improve the tourism or have a good image for the customers or the countries. And I also partially agree with candidate D, which is someone who keeps his taxi in good working conditions, which engine in tip-top conditions, and man all the faulty and frequently service the car, so they no need to pull up besides the road and waste a lot of time. I still think that we expect the most is the driver who has a good sense of direction. This is because if we couldn't reach the destination on time, for example, we are rushing for meetings or going for a destination for dating, for example, or going to work or to school, we will late for it. So, furthermore, we also will feel angry or feel offense to the passenger will feel offense to their safety. This is because in many Western countries there are many fake taxi drivers nowadays. So if they are doesn't have any good sense of direction, they may feel that they are will be kidnapped or anything. So besides, they also know how to avoid the traffic jams if they have a good sense of direction. This will save a lot of time and a lot of money for them. So what do you all think?
I partially agree with candidate C and I disagree with candidate A. You say that like for candidate A, you say that good taxi driver is, I mean, you expect the most from a good taxi driver is courteous. But I think that even though if a taxi driver is irresponsible, even though the taxi driver is courteous or not, it will not help them to recover their reputation. For example, during their ride, if the taxi driver done something wrong, such as causing accidents or what, you cannot recover this incident with just only smiling to the customers. So it's important that a taxi driver must be a responsible guy, like they take up the responsibility of these accidents. For candidate C, who just say that who say that a good taxi driver must have a good sense of direction. I partially agree with him, and because like riding the taxi, the main thing the people riding the taxi is aiming the driver to take them to the destination on time. Like if the taxi driver is late to bring the passenger to the destination late, it will look like a cheat to the customers. But I think that a good taxi driver who is responsible will force himself to study the direction of all the road in the cities before they take up the job. So I still think that responsible is the most, I expect the most from the good taxi drivers. Any comments?
After listening to all of your explanations, I totally agree with candidate B. So I think we should expect the most from a good taxi driver that is responsible. Passengers will feel that the taxi driver is accountable, as their safety is being ensured by a responsible driver who drives in a sober state, as stated by candidate B. The driver will not drive when he is drunk or sick. Besides that, I also agree with candidate C, as candidate C has just stated that a driver should have a good sense of direction. They will not detour. So this portrays the driver is responsible, as he studies the road before taking their passengers. Besides that, he may also ask the passenger which is the best road if he wants to. So I think this is portraying a responsible, good taxi driver. Moreover, a responsible taxi driver will also keep his taxi in a good working condition. So this is a way that to prevent the car from stalling on the road.
Okay, stop.